do not represent like alter egos of mine in no shape or form, but they actually represent 2 seasons that I passed through. Well, this one I passed through, and then this is where I'm currently in, where I find myself. And so, because my last name is on the board, I felt that it would be a wonderful opportunity to learn my last name. Right? All right, so as you see it, it may look very intimidating, but it's really not. So we're gonna make a fun beat with it. So the first half is Okoro. So everybody say Okoro. Okoro. All right, good, that was nice. All right, and the last part is Ajuzie. So Okoro, Ajuzie. Okoroajuzie. Okoro, Ajuzie. Okoroajuzie. Okoro, Ajuzie. Okoroajuzie. All right, bet we got that. All right, so now I'm gonna paint the picture of Black Bob. So Black Bob as a young, so Black Bob. All right, Black Bob as a young man, we're gonna take it from high school. So paint the picture of who this guy is. He was a dual athlete. He really loved sports. He had a couple of lady friends, you know, as well as, yeah, life was looking good. He was being recruited by local universities, and this was like a good time for him. So he's just like, I guess, enjoying the ride. But as well as they're good, there's always some bads in everybody's life at different points. And at that time, he was also facing, it was kind of rough at home. He hated his dad, really didn't like the dude, despised him for real. Almost got kicked out on multiple occasions. He was actually suffering with addiction as well, and then almost had a kid. So Black Bob was really going through a couple of things, right? Okay, so now we got the picture down, right? All right, now I'm gonna talk about the season, the life that he was living in that moment in time. So at this time, Black Bob was in high school, like I mentioned, and school was looking good because everything was working out for him. He had football. Football was like his baby. It was the reason why he woke up. It was the reason why he, I guess, attended school or got the good grades. You know, you need grades to play sports in high school, so that was like his motivation. And so, looking at it, he was like, if I get the scholarship that I so desire to play at the next level, life will continue to be great. But unfortunately, that did not happen. He actually received scholarships from UMBC, Towson University, University of Albany, but they all said the same thing. They said, sorry young man, your SAT scores are not good enough. So now you may be asking, did Black Bob not work hard? Actually he did. He took the SAT 5 times, but did not get the score he needed to get into school. And so unfortunately, his world is crushed. You know, the one thing that he woke up to go do every single day no longer existed. And so as time is going on, graduation is appearing, and he knows that once he graduates from high school, it's done. Like, what's going on? But then his coach, and I thank God for coaches, he saw me, he saw things weren't adding up. And he came to me, he was like, yo, what's going on, Bob? At that time I ran track, but after I lost those, I wasn't able to get those scholarships. I decided I'm quitting track, I'm quitting everything. But he saw it and he was like, why would you quit? You're pretty fast. Who knows, you can run track and get a scholarship and you'll be good to go. And I was like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Started running track. Black Bob started running track. And as he started running track, it became bright again. He was actually the fastest dude in PG County for like a couple weeks. And then what he did, he stayed in the top 5 for like the rest of the season. And next thing you know, 2 months within it, he got 6 scholarships out of nowhere. And so out of the 6, he chose UMBC. And he understood that UMBC was an honors college, so he knew that he wasn't qualified academically. So after speaking with the coach and talking to people in admissions, he was assured that it would be good. So now Bob's back in action, Black Bob's back in action. Life is good, right? You know, everything is good. He's gonna play sports. Like, life is good. But then, so he graduates high school. He continues to train and practice throughout the whole entire summer. A fact, by the way, is that he did not stop training from January up until that point of August. Now, what happened in August? 2 weeks prior to school starting, the director of admissions from UMBC came and was looking for him. And so his dad was with him. We sat at a table like this. Just imagine a round table like this, sitting on this side, the director's on that side. And she's looking at my SAT scores, looking at my GPA, and I'm like, isn't this pretty late? Why are you going through all this now? And then she looks at my SAT scores and she says, yeah. So I was like, no way. In my mind, I'm saying this. And then I look, and then she comes on and says, yeah, we don't think your son is fit to succeed at our school academically. And I'm just looking, and I didn't say anything. My dad, on the other hand, went off. He was like, yeah, you don't know who you're talking to. He was going off. And it was getting very hectic in there. Didn't say a word, but I left. And what happened? Depression came in. So like I said earlier, Black Bob loved sports. Football didn't work out, but then he found track. And now he's seeing track fall before his eyes. And there's nothing he can do about it. And worst of all, this taking place 2 weeks before school is to start. So now what is he gonna do? So I vividly remembering he was in this basement of his house. And so he was chilling in the basement, just thinking of life. Then he saw an extension cord, right? So an extension cord is pretty long, pretty lengthy. And he grabbed it. Why did he grab it? He heard a little voice say, hey, psst, psst. Just hang that around your neck real quick. They'll take care of it, You know all that pain you're going through? Give or take 5-10 minutes, you'll be good. You'll be gone. And Black Bob, what do you think he did? He looked like this and ran up the stairs. He was like, yo, who's in my house? He was like, what's going on? And then he went upstairs to his room. He's in his room and he's crying. And there was a lot of crying throughout this guy's life. He's crying, and then he grew up in a Christian home. So you know what he did? He said, all right, bet. And his dad's a pastor. So he's like, all right, well, they talk about your God all the time. I'm in pain right now. And so Black Bob then cries out to God, and he says, if you can take this pain away from me, not do what you want, like whatever you need. He really didn't know what he was getting into, but he just said it. And so he continued on. So then he applied to MC, got into MC. MC stand up, where we at? Yeah! All right, yeah.
No comment.
So he applied to MC. Why did Black Bob go to PG Community College when he attended school in PG County? It was because he could not face the shame that he felt that would be presented on him when his peers saw him at community college, knowing well enough this dude is supposed to be at UMBC. So for those that did not know that, that's pretty fine. But yeah, so he came to MC, and so this is when Black Bob dies. And Bob Okoroajuzie is being born. And so he's moving into this new season of his life, and he's like, yeah, let's get it. I'm tired of all these denials, these rejections. And Bob Okoroajuzie is carrying a new mindset. He's putting goals, he's determined. But the problem was, Bob Okoroajuzie still carried luggage of this guy. He was still carrying luggage like this, moving around town, hitting stuff, boop, boop, boop. But he claimed he had a new mindset. And the day he realized that, he threw that luggage so far away. And what was in that luggage? Unforgiveness, depression every now and then. Like a lot of different things would pop up. And when he did realize that, he threw it out. Oh yeah, in regards to the relationship with his father, that became restored. And his father's like his best friend now. Like him and his father, we talk about everything. Bob talks to his father about girls, school, life, like marriage. There's nothing they don't talk about now. And it's wonderful. But just continuing on, I learned about the Human Entrepreneurs Program. That was the name at the time. And I was like, yo, I need money for school. They giving you this much money, and you can get into UMD? All right, okay. Everything's looking nice. And so he did everything he could to get good GPA. Applied to the Human Entrepreneurs Program, now known as Southern Management Leadership Program. And he applied and he got in. And at this very moment, this was the first time Bob Okoroajuzie worked hard for something and actually got it. In prior seasons, he did work hard, but he just didn't get what he worked for. And so this was a big moment for this young man right at this point. And so next, fast forward to junior year at University of Maryland, he got an opportunity to interview with PwC, a big 4 accounting firm. And he's like, yo, I don't know what to do. And then he reaches out to Miss Bronco. Yo, can we give a round of applause for Miss Bronco? Miss Bronco drops everything, and she connected me with a bunch of Hillman alums that are currently working at PwC. She sat with me, we made scheduled appointments, she came all the way to Shady Grove, worked with me. She even wrote a letter of recommendation with me prior after that. And the day I told her I got the internship, I was so happy. This is now the second moment in my life where I worked hard for something and like success was at the end. And so now life is amazing. And at this time, I just like to thank God for like Ms. Bronco, Nancy, Cheryl, the Human family, Professor Zavi, Professor Lewis, everybody associated with this program. I want to thank God for you guys' lives, because when applying to the Human Entrepreneurship Program at the time, I did not know that I would encounter such souls that are so hardworking and dedicated to helping us, succeed, things like that. And so I really thank God for that. Because now sometimes when I fall asleep, like now, I sleep and I fall asleep, close my eyes, and I look back at life, like, a couple years ago, and I'm like, dang, like, this is tough. Like life was really different 3 years ago. 4 years ago, I worked hard, and it did not pay off. But now, because I chose not to give up, I chose that I'm still gonna invest in myself. I chose that I will never allow somebody to make a statement to me like that ever again. Nobody will be able to tell me I'm not fit enough to succeed in your blah, blah, blah. And I'm happy. So then I leave you guys with two things. Two, I guess, words of encouragement, you may call it, the things that you should hold on to. And I know she mentioned it. Is to actually take advantage of all opportunities presented before you. Human, we have at the Southern Manager Leadership Program, we have a lot of opportunities. At UMD, there are a lot of opportunities here. Please take advantage of them. Like Bronco is an amazing resource, Nancy's an amazing resource. Take advantage of them, because, like we say, nobody wants to live in regret. Nobody wants to graduate and say, dang it, I should have done this, I should have done that. Nobody wants to do that. And the second thing is to find something that'll hold you. Like the thing that'll drive you, make sure, like find something that'll keep driving you, but as well as it drives you, it can hold you and sustain you as well. Because football was what drove me, and then that joint was gone, and I was just like, yo, like what's life about? So find that thing that drives you and hold on to it. For me, that's Jesus. And for you, that could be something else. But I encourage you to find it. Thank you.